The classic essence. Think timelessness, clean, polished, mature, refined. Hello and welcome to my channel. Today is part 6 of me exploring the Kitchener style essences through makeup. And today is going to be all about the classic essence. So quick rundown as usual for anybody new here or still kind of grasping this concept. The Kitchener style essences are a style system similar to color seasons where you look at your features and just like the energy you give off and you type it as a way to basically find ways to express it through your style. And the style essences in particular are like these 7 essences on a scale of yang to yin, yang being sharpness, angularity, drama, yin being softness, roundness, and all these essences fall on this spectrum, having a mixture of these yang and yin elements. So I always say with any style system, just take it as something fun, something to use as like a tool, but don't think this is law. Don't think everyone has to abide by this. Certainly not. It's just a fun tool to just like help categorize things in a way that makes it digestible and easy for you to explore your style more and therefore explore your personal expression. So the classic essence, this falls right in between on that scale I was talking about. So it is literally the most balanced and moderate essence there is. If you have this essence, the first things people often notice about you is just how timeless you look. You just look really elegant, refined, and your features in general are more likely to be quite moderate. So nothing too round, nothing too sharp. Nothing stands out in the features from your eyes to your lips to your nose. Everything's very just like in line with each other. You got it going on. You got the symmetry. Also with the classic essence, you just generally have this more strong presence. Like people take you seriously quite easily. Somebody said something interesting on a Reddit thread. It was like, classics are the people like you would ask for help from, help with problem solving, because they just seem like they have everything together, you know? Also, you may have been told like you look like someone a lot because everything's so balanced. It's more likely you kind of have not a generic face, but like a very kind of digestible face, you know? You kind of look like other people because everything is so balanced. So briefly about the clothing lines, again, falling in the middle. So nothing too loose, nothing too relaxed, and nothing too sharp. Everything has sort of like this tailored feel, but not overly so. You can go for a lot more minimalism and it just looks really good on you. It doesn't look boring. I feel like that's a really easy way to tell if you have classic essence, like if you do a really stripped back outfit, but you know, something very timeless like a turtleneck and A-line skirt or something. Do you look kind of boring and like you're really missing something in your style, or is it just like really working for you? And there's a lot of examples of people out there where they wear these really basic pieces, but they look so elegant in them. So don't think it's boring. It's only boring if you're maybe not a classic and you need to have a bit more different types of expression. If you do have a classic essence, these things just make you look more elegant and more timeless. Hair in general, again, no extremes, just things being like neat and put together, generally moderate lengths, but if you're going for a shorter length, like nothing too spiky, nothing too wild, but just like clean and put together. Same goes for makeup. So that's what the makeup look is going to be about today. Just like enhancing one's features and not making anything too much the focus. So everything perfectly balanced, eyes, cheeks, lips. Of course, classics can rock like a red lip, but it's like, you know, that kind that's not too bold, not too bright, not too much of a pop of color. So I'll really be focusing on just like a very sort of minimal makeup look, but just like a soft enhancing of all of my features equally. Some celebrity examples. Meryl Streep, she comes up a lot. She just has that elegance. And people have said that for many years. She just looks like, not that she's from a different time, but that she could fit into kind of any time frame. Like she can play in a period piece, she can play in a modern piece. She just is completely timeless. And when you look at a lot of her outfits, they're just so put together and it looks so good on her. It just really enhances her elegance, her womanness. And also Michelle Yeoh is a wonderful example. Talk about a sophisticated and elegant lady. She just exudes this really put together confidence. And when she's dressing in outfits that really work with that and work with that timeless quality, she just really shines. She doesn't need anything more than just like these cleaner lines and this moderation. Honestly, with this style, you can think about a lot of like political type of figures, royal figures. It's almost sometimes like your essence predetermines your destiny. Not to be dramatic, but sometimes I feel like the energy we give off kind of shapes our way a little bit for the way we go in the world. And anyway, so people with classic essence who have really leaned into it too, probably sort of shaped a certain type of life for themselves. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just riffing here. So Kate Middleton, she definitely has some classic essence. Just, it works for her to have those more minimal looks and just really lean into the classic style. And the same goes for Meghan Markle. Just looks great with that put together, clean, polished look. I think Michelle Obama as well has this. She just looks like a lady who is gonna get stuff done. And yeah, exactly. My personal classic essence inspo is Charlotte York or Kristen Davis. I love Sex in the City. I love Sex in the City. So Charlotte, her character, I'm talking about her character now, but she really looks her best in those really stripped back outfits. She looks also completely her most striking. And I think they're doing her a disservice in the reboot and just like that, because they're putting her in too many kind of, I don't even know what these are, almost like ingenue. She's got too much pattern going on, too much color. She looks so good when she just keeps those lines simple. And Charlotte York, yeah, she's just the epitome of the classic woman. These are some examples. I hope this is giving you some ideas of what the classic essence is all about. So let's get into the makeup. I'm just going to use the Estee Lauder Double Wear today. Can you think of a more classic foundation? This is one of the OG foundations of the world. And yeah, matte skin is definitely where it's at for this essence. It's like you don't want anything to be distracting, including your skin. Like a super dewy look, as much as it has its time and place and can look really great, it grabs some attention. So we're not going for anything grabbing more attention over another. I think the matte foundation and pretty full coverage, depending on your skin, is where it's at. And then if you need any extra coverage, just go in with any kind of concealer that's going to help with that. I don't want to layer my foundation on too much because I want to keep the skin matte and light. Like, I don't want to show that there's too much makeup on. Of course, that's often the goal, but sometimes I'm just like going in for a ton of foundation with no qualms, like in a more dramatic look. But this definitely more about stripping it back a little bit. And then a little bit of brightening as well. All right, a little bit of bronzer, but just a little bit. Just enough to shape out the face, and I have been loving this bronzer because it's not too warm and not too cool like a contour. So it's a great shade for this type of look. Like, it's really about being barely there. I feel like the clean girl aesthetic that sort of popular the past few years borrows a lot from the classic essence because it's really about being very put together and slightly minimal. And if you had tried that trend at all and found it wasn't working for you, yeah, I think it really boils down to having a classic essence. Can you rock a slick back bun? I don't think I can. Maybe I have some classic essence. We'll see by the end, see how I feel. talk it through. See, it was just a touch, enough to shape out the face a little bit, but it's not obvious. It's not saying makeup. And as you can imagine, brows are going to be the same thing. I really don't vary my brows too much. It's always just these sort of subtle things I do for you guys as I try different looks. But this is like a soft fill. I'm gonna stick to just the powder. Sometimes I've been using a pencil to get more refinement lately, but I just want it to look neat, not overdone. So just enough that it looks like a put together brow, but not too sharp, not too bold, just like that. And then a little bit of brow gel to keep it in place. Blush, I'm going to use a powder blush, and this is from NARS. It's Dolce Vita. So yeah, it's just like a pink that isn't too bright, isn't too dark. What's going to be difficult for me is not doing too much with the blush. Definitely need a little more than that though. Just enough to bring some life into the face, but I feel like you shouldn't really be seeing the color. That's too boring. I feel like I need a little more. Blush placement, just about here and going up a little bit. Okay, we'll leave it there. Very simple. So with the eyes, it's really just about accentuating what you already have, and yeah, go within your undertone or whatever colors work for you, but nothing too dark, just like a soft amount of shaping. I'm going to go in with this neutral shade here to start. Bring a little bit of emphasis to just under the brow bone. Then I'm going to take this like taupe here and define the lash line a little bit. This isn't a wing, and it's not too smoky or smudgy. It's really just a gentle emphasis. I'm going to take that same taupey shade with a brush that's a little bit smaller than the first brush, just to add a little bit more depth. Because I still want it to look like I have a little bit of makeup on. It's not necessarily a no makeup. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. Anything left on the brush, I'll just skim it under. It's really barely anything. Shimmer or no shimmer? I think you could put like a really soft little touch of a sheen potentially. I feel like I'll add just the tiniest bit, but the type of shimmer you want to go for is not like that ethereal loose sparkle. It's nothing too pigmented. It's just something that's more like a satin. So yeah, this Natasha Denona shimmer will probably work well. And I'm gonna just pat it on, so just bringing a little bit of luminosity to the eyes, but it's not like you see this makeup look and think sparkle, right? Before I go overboard, I'm going to stop myself and I'm going to pop off camera and do my lashes. Lashes, I'm not going to put any falsies on. I'm not going to do anything, too thick or chunky. Just a classic mascara to define the lashes. Touch on the lower lash, but that's it. So I'll do that and I'll be right back to finish this off. Okay, lips. Once again, I'm going to keep it moderate. Nothing too dramatic, nothing too bright. I'm going to start with this NYX liner in the shade Mauve. You could go for My Lips But Better or like a classic pink. And then I have this lipstick from Flower Nose. It's the only light lipstick, what am I trying to say? Like a lighter pink that I like. Has a little bit of peachiness in it, I think. I kind of call it my neutral shade. Now, because there's like a touch of sparkle or shimmer on the eyes, I'll put a touch of gloss. Again, to balance. This is also from Flower Nose. Just so the lips look hydrated, not like super shiny. Before I give my final thoughts on this, every look is getting a fragrance pairing. So this is from Le Labo and it's Santal 33. which, if you know the scent, might seem like a bit of an odd choice. But this scent is becoming pretty prevalent in modern society to be a scent of like really like cleanliness. Like it'll be in luxury hotels. I know somebody who really has classic essence, and I hugged her and she smelled exactly like this. I'm like, are you wearing Santal 33? She's like, yes. So the scents of this are a mix of cardamom and notes of iris and violet, but there's also smoking wood of sandalwood, cedar wood. So it has a bit of spiciness to it. It's very unisex, and I feel like it's the very modern classic scent that a lot of women and people who are very into the very clean aesthetic probably have this in their fragrance wardrobe. So that's what I'm choosing today. I don't have Chanel No. 5, and I cannot stand it anyway. So this is the modern classic fragrance. Now this look is, to me, I'm bored, but that doesn't mean it doesn't suit me. I might be having trouble seeing it clearly because of my personal tastes, even though I can see when somebody's wearing a very simple makeup look like Kristen Davis / Charlotte York, like it'll look great. She looks great. I don't know if my personal taste is getting in the way of me feeling like this looks good, even down to the really polished hair and like polished turtleneck. What are your guys' thoughts? Honestly, because I often get told like I look kind of like from a different time or timeless or like from an old painting. So that could be classic essence, or it could be the ethereal essence. If you've been told that, it could be one of those, depending. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this. I just feel like it's meh on me. And if you feel like it's meh on me, let me know, because that might mean I don't really have that much classic essence. Anyway, that's it for today. I only have one more essence after this of the Kitchener essences. That is the dramatic. And then we're going to do a bonus essence. I don't even know if I'm saying this right. Oniric, which is what some people call the lost essence. It's a bit darker. And yeah, that's it for today. Toasty, let's take it away. I make that face because Toasty's not feeling well today. I cannot get Toasty. He's under the chair over there and he's got a tummy ache. It was his birthday yesterday. He's basically hungover. For anyone new here, Toast is my little dog that I bring out for every episode for the outro. Not my fault. My partner fed him too much chicken, too much pork. He got a little spoiled and now his tummy's a little off. So we're just gonna have to say goodbye without Toasty. So just thank you guys all for watching till the end. Thanks so much for all your comments, your liking, your subscribing. It really helps support this channel. And I just reached 10K, so that is so exciting. It's kind of hard to imagine 10,000 people like in a room. Like it's such a strange number when it's on the internet because you can't see all the people. But when I think about actually what 10,000 people means, like that's kind of wild. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me on this journey of the style essences and on my channel and all the support. It means so much. And yeah, until next time, may you all find yourselves a little bit of makeup magic, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, witches.